Welcome back. We are here with Breeze, and we are going to be looking at the earth element points, and the earth element organ pairs are going to be your spleen and your stomach, spleen being the yin and stomach being the yang. And I'm going to start with the stomach this time. I'm going to start on our head and work our way back. The first point that we come to is stomach 2. I like to call that relax and digest. It's a great point for colic. It's good for nervous stomachs because it helps calm, and it also helps aid in digestion. And the way that you find that is right at the corner of the eye. And then you come forward, and these veins make a V. And right in that V is going to be stomach 2. That's just a nice relaxing point for them. And then the next point we come to is going to be stomach 10, which is the test point for the stifle joint. And that is, it's actually on the front of, it's kind of facing forward, more like headlights on the neck, and it's actually on the muscle. And one way you can find it is if you take a C with your hand, you can see how it's where my thumb sits, wrapping around. This is really where the bones go. So if you actually look at their neck, when I was talking about how their neck actually bends, it comes out and it hooks down here, and then it hooks back in. So stomach 10 is on the underside of where you have the curve before it curves back and goes into the body. And you come around, you put your hand in a C and just rest it on their shoulder. And that is stomach 10 where your thumb goes. It's also, here we have gallbladder 21, which is on top of where the neck, the cervical vertebrae curve in, and this is underneath. Just go like that. And then we come down, and the next one we're going to talk about is actually stomach 25, which is the alarm point for the large intestines. And that is on the underside. So what you would do is find the belly button, and it's going to look a little different on mares and on geldings. But here is her belly button, and it's about a hand's width off on either side. That's stomach 25. And then I'm going to come over here. The next point is going to be stomach 36. And stomach 36 is a very big point. It's the 3-mile point of the hind end. It's the master point of the gastrointestinal tract. It's great for colic. Just a good overall wellness point. And if I'm looking directly at her leg, I'm looking head on. So this is the outside of her leg. Here's her hock joint. I come on the inside and just run my hand up on the inside until I reach this crest of the tibia. So it's a hook you're gonna hit. You're running it up, and then you just roll in. So you roll, or it's really rolling out. And so it's not on the front of the leg facing towards the head, and it's also not, on the outside. It's just slightly off from that line. So again, go up till you hit this hook and then roll out, and that is stomach 36. And now there's almost a line that you can almost see that goes from stomach 36 to stomach 40. It's also down from gallbladder 34, and it's in between these muscles. And stomach 40 is the great point, influential point for phlegm. So it's really good for getting rid of dampness and in the body, which is going to be phlegm, and it's also going to be in a point that's good for trying to work with tumors. And then you come down, and you're going to get to the ting point on the stomach meridian, which is going to be at your 12 o'clock. That is stomach 45. And then from there, we're going to go to spleen 1, which is on the inside. So that would be on this right foot. I would be at the 8 o'clock position. But on the left foot, I'd be at that 4 o'clock position. And that is spleen 1. And then from spleen 1, Next, you're going to go to spleen 3. And spleen 3 is actually the source point for this earth element. Okay, had to move her a little bit. Good girl. And what you're going to look for is this tendon you have in the back. As you come now, here's the tendon and here's the splint bone. And in between them, right down at the top of this fetlock joint, more out towards the back, towards the tendon that's sitting on the top of that fetlock joint, that is going to be spleen 3. And then as you come up on the inside of the legs, you are going to get to spleen 6. And spleen 6, I have a lot easier time just feeling for it than I do actually looking for it, but it's about 6 fingers up from the hock joint, and it's at the back of that tibia, if you will, but it's over. The saphenous vein is in front of it. So I usually just kind of run my hand down the inside of the leg, and once I get to where the vein kind of crosses over the bone, it's right behind that. It's on the back of the bone. You can see if you kind of run your hands down until you'll feel it. I feel like it's easier to feel it than see it. So on this side, if I was running my hand down the inside of the gaskin and I just get over that vein right at the back of the bone, and that's going to be spleen 6. And then earlier we spoke about liver 8 way up here. Well, spleen 6 is on the, or spleen 9, which is the water point, is on the other side. Remember, I said there was a point, so liver 8 is up on the top of this joint, and then this one is at the back of the bone at the bottom of this joint right here. So the femur's coming here, and this is on top, this on bottom. You actually kind of see them. And that is spleen 9. And then we're going to talk about the shoe points very quickly. So these are going to be the orange points, and the easiest way to find it is to look for the floating rib and then run your fingers on either side of it and follow it up. And that is going to be bladder 20, which is spleen, and that is going to be bladder 21, which is stomach. So again, here's that last floating rib. Move your 2 fingers up. I like to do this, and then follow it up, and that's going to be bladder 20 and bladder 21.